we'll look at one that I was working on earlier, and we start with vocabulary. So a vocabulary is a level 2 metagraph, except in this world, we define that all through conversation. And the reason I say that this is not the finished state is because we should put this graph in its own repository, but through some conversational intent that is taking what we tell the AI and it kind of compiles it into a well-formed prompt that's going to update this model. So right now we've got an incident report. We're going to go ahead and add a few things to this. For example, let's have add a list of logging sources that are used to pull data for metrics. Also have a list of, what do you do on this report? A list of managers that should be fired. It's going to push back on the fire part. Watch this. Right now, this is using Cloud Code or the Cloud API. Probably have to change the models because it takes well, that was pretty quick. So we see here, if we auto arrange, it went ahead, it gave us the logging source node. And what else did we ask for? It didn't see, I told you, it didn't add the, so wait on here. Yes, please, wait. Managers, a manager node with edges that were out for coffee or out of the office. I don't know how it's going to model that. How would you model that? Managers that were out to coffee for the incident. So you would probably have a manager node. You would then have the edges. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. You know, AI is your friend. It kind of filters your real thoughts. Unavailable during. Okay, so that's point there. That's a vocabulary graph. If we click up here, we're going to commit the changes to the repository. And we now have a new commit head. And we're on the main branch. Now, the cool part about this is if we go into our instance graphs, and this part's also going to change because, again, we need to go to that one-to-one relationship between a graph and a repository. But I was able to do this, and this is actually showing all of our, this is not perfect, but it's showing all of our incidents in the graph that I was playing with earlier. And so I'm just going to say on incident 006. I have to, yeah, there's a lot of shit I want to do here. I want to filter the views, but where are my incident? All right, so there. All right, Kubernetes node crash. Kubernetes node crash incident. Add Dunkin' and Donuts as a manager, two managers who were unavailable. I never spell shit right with AI, but let's just let's see if it picked up on the new vocabulary. And it's actually not doing that. Yeah. All right, well, since you're here, I'll demo it, something here. Create a new incident mock that has managers who are not there. I wonder if it's not picking up the update. It should pick this up here. Yeah, I have to filter the graph on that. All right, so we commit those changes. We go back, this is the cool part. We go back to the repository. Now look at how it's taking that graph and it's actually creating a database structured view of information models that we just created in a few minutes. We created the vocabulary, we added some instance data, and now we have a system here that's showing structured data. So there's our managers. Now we have to get this so that we can hyperlink it, right? We want to be able to click around on an incident. That's going to be a paid feature to have that, but this is looking pretty good. I think we need to clean it up a little bit and also get the open source equivalent, which is something called graph bundles that I'll get to later. But here's our first look at GraphHub. Go try it. You'll like it.